So, how's social distancing going? Alright, I'm taking this off. The joke isn't even that funny. Hey guys, welcome back. So I'm in my dad's house because it's spring break and I figured I should go visit the family down in the Bay Area, and then the Bay Area immediately enacted a, what do they call it? Shelter in place, starting tonight at midnight. So, guess we're making a lot of YouTube videos then, huh? I just wanted to come and sit down and talk about this coronavirus thing, especially how it affects us as college students. Because I think as a Chico State student, we may have a slightly different perspective. I want to talk about some of the videos and other things I've seen about specifically college students, even more specifically college seniors, who now have had school canceled and therefore need to grieve their last year of school, or that their college experience has been ruined, or that the coronavirus is ruining their lives, and just a lot of catastrophizing and really taking something that is affecting the entire globe and being like, well, because it inconveniences me, this is not allowed. And I just want to give a little bit of perspective and something that is a little bit harsher than some of the other videos I've seen. For example, this one from Margot Lee, which it is nice that she, wants everyone to really take care of their mental health right now. But I think it is also interesting to discuss that crazy stuff happens all the time. And life is hard, and maybe you haven't really experienced it yet, but this is something that we should all be capable of getting through, and we are all capable of getting through. So please stop acting like this is the end of the world, because in a couple months' time, everything's gonna go back to normal and it's all gonna be fine. Now, why I say that Chico State students are different is because we've already had a bunch of weird things happen to us, at least to me, over the last 5 years, that I would consider pretty traumatic and life-altering and definitely class-altering. These things include the campfire that happened last year, the floods that happened last year, and there were also floods 2 years before that. There was a homicide on campus. There was a suicide on campus. There have been 2 school shooter threats that have happened. And then on top of that, you personally have probably already had some trauma in your life. So maybe as Chico State students, that's why I don't feel like this is that shocking or all that weird. I think the campfire and these other things that have happened have just gotten me used to, yeah, weird stuff happens, school gets moved around, it's gonna be fine. And I think that it's really important to remember that we're all gonna be fine. Because when the campfire happened, it felt like it was going to be forever. The air was hard to breathe for weeks, people didn't really leave their houses, and in the end, the fire got put out and everybody who came back to school was okay. We all got through it. Is this highly inconvenient that we now all of a sudden have to do classes online? That maybe if you were an athlete, you don't get to play your sport anymore? If you had your graduation canceled? Yes, that sucks. That might happen to me. We're supposed to resume classes at the end of April, but it's seeming that in all likelihood that will not really happen. It's seeming a lot like everything's gonna get canceled. But I'm not gonna let that ruin, what would have been 60 days between now and graduation, because that is not a useful way to use your time, especially now that we have all of this free time during this spring break where you're not really supposed to be traveling, and now that we don't have live classes face to face, all of this free time that we'll be spending not walking to class, not getting ready for class, etc. I think it is useless to feel sorry for yourself for an extended period of time when you could be putting it towards maybe volunteering, maybe learning something new, and maybe just gaining a little bit of perspective, okay? Because you know what I plan on doing if they cancel graduation? I plan on putting on my cap and gown and my cute outfit that I bought for graduation, getting drunk at 8 a.m. on the day that would have been graduation, and walking across the lawn where they would have held it, and having a story that I get to tell for the rest of my life that is completely unique to me, and knowing that the world will return to normal. Crazy things happen all of the time. This is just an extra weird one where it affects entire communities across the board. I thought that the fires both in Northern California and Southern California in that 1 week in November brought us all together. This is a whole new level. And I think that we should practice empathy and humbleness in place of anger and hostility towards like a virus that, like, what are we gonna do? We either keep spreading it or we stay inside and don't go to class. There's no way to just be like, oh, well, someone just like kill it. It's fine. This is what the situation is, and we're gonna be fine. The truth is, the only thing that we have control over is our reaction to the world. We can't control the world at all. We're really not in charge here, and I think that the past week has really made that very obvious, that we do not really get a lot of say in what happens. But sitting around and being depressed about how now you don't get to go to your spring formal, or oh my gosh, like I was supposed to have my presentation in person and now it's online, or I was supposed to go to Vegas and now I don't get to go, which I'm experiencing that. I think being sad about that for more than a day or two is really going to be to your detriment, and you should really work on not letting this be the end of the world and really catastrophizing everything that happens, because you're better than that and you're stronger than that. Especially if you go to Chico State, you're used to this by now. You already know things happen. It's bumpy trying to handle it, and then you come out on the other side and you've learned a lot, you've gained so much clarity on your place in the world, and you are fine, and we're all gonna be fine. Please wash your hands, please listen to your healthcare professionals, and stay home. Complain a little bit, but the more you complain, the more you'll think about all the negative things. So read a book, write your essays early, and we're all gonna figure it out together, but separately, because we're social distancing, 6 feet apart, okay? So as easy as it could be to wallow in your misery right now, take this time to really learn to be an adaptable, resilient human being, because crazy shit's gonna happen for the rest of your life, okay? Next step, it might be an earthquake. I mean, I do live in California. More fires. The tornado in Nashville that happened like 2 weeks ago. Mother Nature is just in charge. We have absolutely no control over any of this. So just let it happen, sit back, watch some Netflix that you've been wanting to watch. If your boyfriend keeps calling you to tell you to watch the same movie, maybe just actually watch it. And get back into art if you haven't been doing art. Learn the ukulele. They're $20 on Amazon. And just, you know, we're stronger than we think we are. I think this is always true when it comes down to tragedies like this. I just don't think that it has ever affected the entire globe on this scale. As many people are saying, really take care of yourself and you need to mourn your college experience being lost. Sure, do that if that's what you need to like feel good. But also after like a couple of days, maybe a week, you're really just bumming everybody out and you should stop. Yeah, I just want everyone to know that everything is fine. Stop buying all the toilet paper and stop going out. I hope you took anything from this video. I just wanted to share that maybe we don't have to baby ourselves through this. Thank you for watching. I know that this is a lot harsher than a lot of the other videos that I think people are seeing about it. I think that the anxiety about this whole situation is totally valid to an extent, you know? You can't let something ruin your life, and you can't just act like everything that happens is the end of the world, because you're gonna be fine. You always have been. Think about every other bad thing that's ever happened to you. You've always been fine. So just treat this like one of those, because I believe in you. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later this week with another video where I actually filmed last week because I was doing midterms and I was doing like a week in my life, and then it became a week in my life, but also school is canceled because of the coronavirus. Hopefully I don't regret this video. Love you. Bye.